What is going on, NPL fans? My name is Frosty, aka the Alpha Like a Rock, and today I am bringing you our quarterfinals playoff match. Now, you might be wondering what happened with Week 10. Week 10, we had a match against Mad Archer, just unfortunately due to scheduling, and we tried to get it done on Friday. He asked to push it to Saturday. I heard nothing else from him, so I was awarded a forfeit victory, leaving us with a record of 6-4 at +2 differential. So that put us in second place in our division. So it took the top three. So Token from the Salazzin Salazzes took first place, so he got the bye week this week. So this week we have to battle for our way to get into the semifinals to battle for a chance at the championship. So this week we are going to be battling our friends at the Brussel Bellsprouts again. So we're having another match with the Brussel Bellsprouts. Now, if you don't remember, we faced them twice already. The first match we played really bad, but we were able to luckily pull off a 1-0 victory. Second match we were able to pull a 2-0 victory off. I'm sorry, no, that's the opposite way. First match we pulled a 2-0. Last match we pulled a 1-0 on the back of Silky and Special Lucario. So his team again consists of Miniora, Mega Altaria, Circuitry Heatran, Amoonguss, Slowking, Mamoswine, Excelgor, Sock, Lipard, and Mismagius. So the last couple of times he brought both the Mega Altarias, he brought the Minioras, he brought the Heatran, and he brought the Slowking both times before that. He did bring the Mamoswine this last time, and then he brought the he brought Sock both times, and then he brought the Lipard the first time, but he didn't bring it the second time. So our playoffs are now on the line. So now is when we need the win more than anything. So with this, let us get into the team that I am bringing for this, starting with our newest member that we picked up that we haven't brought yet. We're bringing Aladdin, the Thunderous Theron. So this Thunderous Theron is something I am bringing because last time he brought Hidden Power Electric Heatran, and it did mad work to my Mantine. So this time, this is going to be my counter to that. So we also, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you guys. Now, going into the playoffs, we were allowed 2 more free agency pickups. So with that, we actually did take that. We dropped 2 mons that were doing okay but weren't doing the best, and actually I will go back to this and I will show you our page. So first mon we dropped a Alolan Muck. Alolan Muck was great. We brought it to a bunch of matches. It was just really slow. I didn't play it very well. Still a great mon. It just didn't work out the way I really wanted it to work out. So we dropped that one for Drapion. As Drapion's a little bit bulkier in the defenses, and offers me a T-Spike user, which I do plan on trying to get off this postseason. So we do get Drapion. We get something that's a little faster. It's got a 95 base speed and a lot of very good defense, like very, very bulky in the defenses. So I'm happy to use it. Its nickname is going to be Venom. And then lastly, we dropped Druddigan for Virizion. Now, I know I already have a Heracross, but Virizion gives me something I didn't have before, which is a Grass user. And so Virizion just kind of rounds out and gives me a Grass type to kind of eat these Earthquakes. And also gives me something that's very fast. So we're going to be naming our Virizion's Senshi, which is, I believe it means grass or grass whistle or a blade of grass or something. I don't remember exactly what it means, but I do know I made it that for a reason. So anyways, those are the 2 picks that we made, and then we dropped Druddigan for that one. So staying with that, we took first place in our division, and so now let's get into the team builder. We are bringing Aladdin. First match ever, Aladdin the Thunderous Theron. This is going to be a substitute leftover set with Thunderbolt, Flash Cannon, and Hidden Background. Hidden Background is for that Heatran. Flash Cannon is for the Mega Altaria, and it is also for that Mamoswine. And then Thunderbolt just as a stab Thunderbolt. I thought about running Volt Switch, but I didn't want to lose my substitute due to Volt Switching. So I just felt, you know what, if I get upset behind a sub, I get leftovers, you know, I'm going to be golden. So I ran max speed and just max attack, as I wanted to make sure that I outsped most things on this. So I'm actually excited to use Aladdin, as I have yet to use it or get to use it this season. So like I said, it is my counter. It is not my counter, it is my combo piece with Mantine, so that way, you know, they go for Hidden Power Electric. I have Volt Absorb, so I can get in. I can bait in the Hidden Power Electric, switch into Aladdin, get basically a free switch, free sub, anything like that. So next with that, we are bringing Venom as well. Venom is here. Now this is a double danced Venom, the Drapion, with a Sugar Berry. So Sugar Berry, he'll be able to take a +1 Earthquake from Mega Altaria and get an Agility off and a Swords Dance. Battle Armor makes it so I can't be crit. So crits will not happen against this thing. I thought about doing Sniper, but Sniper was kind of niche, so I just decided Battle Armor, so that way I didn't want to worry about getting critted and dying to crits. So there will be no crits. It will not happen. And then we're doing 2 stabs with knockoff and poison jab, as those are did. 252 in the attack, just enough speed to get me to 152, as the fastest mon on this team is 151 again. And then some bulk in the defenses. Some bulk HP, and then 8 in the defense, just because I needed to put some points somewhere else because I wanted to keep an odd number HP. Next, we're bringing Mantine. This is a Rocky Helmet Mantine with no defog again this week, as once the rocks are up, they're up. There's nothing I'm going to do about it. The rocks are up when they're up. So we're going to be bringing Skull, Toxic, Roost, and Tailwind. So Tailwind is so that way if I need to, I can put a Tailwind off. Bring in something else like one of my other mons, like Aladdin, and then I am absolutely guaranteed to outspeed the Mega Altaria at +1. You know, if he gets Minior, if he does bring Minior, as he did bring it the last 2 times. If he does get a Shell Smash under this, I will be faster. Just because I will be double the speed, and he will be. I should be faster than this. I should be. So, I believe I should be faster. Yeah, it's a possibility. I don't remember. I think I'm supposed to be faster. If not, one of my other mons will be faster. So guaranteed that one. So like I said, Rocky Helmet comes in, can take physical damage. It's meant to wall the Mammoth Swan. It is also meant to wall that it is meant to wall that Minior, should he bring it again. Any other physical threat that he brings as well. Sock doesn't touch this thing. So unless Rock's Thunder Punch, but I doubt that. So next we're bringing Cynthia. Now I am bringing a special Cynthia this week. I'm so hoping that this gets to go off this week, as I am bringing Stellium Z Cynthia. So it was the first time I brought the Z Crystal on my mon. I've tried to figure ways of bringing it out so that way I could do it. I could bring it, you know, every week and try to do that, but unfortunately, I just other items seem like the better option. So with this one, I am bringing the Stellium Z, because last time I did get an Iron Head, but then he did get a Dragon Dance up, but I wasn't able to do anything about that once he got to +1. So with this one, I just decided, nope, I'm going to rock Stellium Z. I'm going to go for that Corkscrew Crash, and I am going to one-shot that Altaria. Should he bring it? Should he leave it in? So with that, we're also rocking Earthquake, Dragon Claw for stab, and Stealth Rocks just to get the Stealth Rocks up. 252 speed and 252 attack. Next, we are also bringing Princess Leia, Choice Scarf. This is going to be our revenge set, Princess Leia, with Psychic, Moonblast, Shadow Ball, and Hidden Power Ground. This is just enough speed to outspeed should I get this thing knocked off, and plus, even at +1, I will still outspeed that Mega Altaria, guaranteed. So, give myself a little bit more in the HPs just to bulk up my HPs, and then 252 into the special attack. And then, lastly, I am bringing Mega Alakazam. Now with this, he gets to 222, so a max speed +1 Mega Altaria gets up to, I believe it is 221. This is just enough speed to outspeed that by 1, so I will outspeed a +1 Altaria all day, every day. He will be also rocking Hidden Power Ground, Psychic, Shadow Ball, and Reflect. Now Reflect is just there so that way if I need to, I can get it up and save my mon a little bit in the bulk into the HPs, and 252 into the special attack, as he will hit like a truck. And with Psychic and Psychic Terrain up, he should one-shot just about everybody with Psychic. So that is the team. Again, we're bringing Aladdin, Venom, Mantine, Cynthia, Princess Leia, and Alibaba. So as it is, let's see how it goes, and I will see you guys in just a second. Alright guys, here we are. We have our match, and it is just about the same team that he brought last time, minus that Miss Magius. That Miss Magius is new. Last time he brought the... What did he bring last time? He brought Slowking both times before that, so he didn't bring the Slowking this time, as it did died a Garchomp both times. So I believe he just probably felt Mismagius was going to be better for speed-wise. I also brought in a completely new team than I had brought in before, so I did change it up quite a bit from the first time that we did battle him. So with that, I was expecting everything else to come. I am still semi-expecting that Mamoswine to be Scarfed, because that does seem to be the thing here. It could be the Sock as well. The Sock could be Scarf. So with that, looking at this, my best play to start off was to lead off with Thundurus, as I felt Thundurus was going to be the best option here to lead off with. With that, I can try to get behind a sub. I can scout for a set. I can see what he brings in here. So here, stupid. So actually, I'm sorry. I lead off with Mantine. I'm sorry. That's right. I actually lead off with Mantine because I remembered that he was more than likely going to lead with this Mamoswine. And so I was like, okay, I could either get a Scald off or I can get a Toxic. The first thing I wanted to do on this turn when I see him bring this Mamoswine in is I know he's probably going to set up rocks. He could set up rocks, but he could be baited. He could be anything like that. What I do want to do is I want to try and get a Toxic off, because Toxic will wear him down over time and put him within range of a Flash Cannon. A Flash Cannon does not one-shot it from full HP. So what I need to do is I need to at least get some Toxic damage off or some Scald damage. So here, he just goes for rocks as I go for the Toxic and I miss. Now I do miss that Toxic, and this will play crucial into this later, as this will be very, very big later on in the match, because that Toxic definitely would have played a big factor in this. So with that, he switches out here as I know that I know this Heatran's coming in, so I decided to go for Scald this turn and do some damage. Looking at this, there's two things that I notice. One, he is either very, very bulky and very specially defensive, or he is assault vested like he was last time. With this, I kind of run a little bit of calcs, and I show with the bulkiness, he still should have taken more damage with this, even with all the bulk and full HP, special defense nature, he still should have taken at least 40%. He didn't, he took 30, he took 28, and then I put the AV on with full specially defensive, and he actually takes right around 28%. So this is a very bulky, very specially defensive thing. This is meant for Mantine here. So here, I know it's coming. He brought it last time. I decided to make the switch. I'm going to switch into Thundurus here, as I am predicting him to go for that HP Electric, as it does happen. And I get myself back up to full HP. So here, I'm kind of going to scout what's going to happen. So I decided to go for a Substitute. Just kind of scout, see what he's going to do. He goes for Flamethrower, and I see it breaks my sub. So I know automatically that this thing will do, his Flamethrower will do 25% guaranteed. So I cannot sit behind a sub because I don't want to waste my HPs like that. I want to keep my HP as good as I can. So there's only one option I have. Reveal the Hidden Power Ground and do some damage to this thing. So I go, on the next turn, I decide to go for Hidden Power Ground, and I get the crit. Now this crit does matter. As before, I would have done 50%. It was a 2-hit KO guaranteed. With Hidden Power Ground, it was a 2-hit KO. And I should have taken either Flamethrower or Flash Cannon damage or whatever the hell kind of damage he was going to do. So the fact that he gets this, the fact that I get this crit just means that his biggest wall to my Lele is gone, as he has nothing to my Lele now. That doesn't stop it from doing massive amounts of damage. So this crit definitely did play in handy, as he basically lost it for nothing. So I got lucky with the hacks here, as he brings in Mismagius. I guess the crit pays off for me missing the Toxic earlier. So he brings in Mismagius. I know I don't want to switch out. I want to see what this thing does. So I just decided I'm going to go for Thunderbolt and see what kind of scout whatever damage this thing does. So he goes for the Will-O-Wisp here. Very good play on his part to do residual damage. He's basically negating my leftovers now. So now I can't recover, as I do get the Thunderbolt and I do get the Para. So he gets a burn, I get a Para. We'll trade it off like that. So he's negating my leftovers, as I now am faster than he is. So I don't want to chance him breaking through Para and breaking a sub, so I just decide, I did 50% on the Thunderbolt last time, I'm going to do 50% on this one, so I just decide to Thunderbolt it and get rid of this Mismagius, because now his biggest threat to my Lele and my Alakazam are gone, as he has nothing for this. So here he brings in the Mamoswine. Now here's where the Toxic would have played in, because he would have been 6% less because of the Toxic damage that he hit, so he should have been at 94%. So here he goes for Ice Shard, I take 75%. Here I go for Flash Cannon, and I leave it at 12%, 88.6%. Now with the 6% missing, and then the extra Toxic damage at the end of this turn, he would have died here. He would have died, lost the Mamoswine to the Toxic, and then he would have had to bring in something else like the Altaria or Sock to come in and finish off my Thundurus. Now, Altaria, he already knows I have Flash Cannon. I've revealed it. He could take a huge chunk of damage from my Thundurus, so he probably doesn't want to do that. So here he just, this is when I learned he's either Scarfed or he's Banded, because he just goes into Ice Shard and takes out this. So I decided to sack it off. That's fine. As here I go into Lele, as I know now, I am in free range to revenge kill this thing with Lele. I am faster, I'm guaranteed. I have my terrain up. This is when I knew for certain that he was either Banded or Scarfed. I don't know for certain which one he was, but I do know for certain that he was Banded or Scarfed. He was choiced in some way. Here I go for Psychic. Lele picks up a KO and revenge kills it. Here he brings in the Sock. Here I know Psychic will break the Sturdy, but I will take damage. And here's where Hacks plays into his play again, because he gets the Poison Jab. I live it, but I get poisoned. Now this plays into it because here I would have survived. Had he not poisoned me, I would have survived on 8%. I would kill him on this next turn, as I'm choice Scarfed into Psychic, and I would have had 3 turns with Psychic terrain up. With that, even with his Altaria, his Altaria would have to go for an attack on this turn, because the way it is I kill it with this. If the poison had procced, I kill Sock here. He brings in Altaria, I kill Altaria. I massive damage the Altaria, or straight up one-shot it. And then he goes for, he either goes for DD. If he goes for DD, he loses instantly to Lele. Or he goes for, or basically he goes for an attacking move. He kills Lele. I bring in Garchomp. Garchomp outspeeds. I go for Iron Head. Kill this. Next turn, with his last mon, I Corkscrew crush the Meteor, and it gets one-shotted, and we win 4-0. But unfortunately, that poison just doesn't play out that way. So with that, I take the poison damage. He reveals leftovers, which is nice to see that he's not choice Scarfed. So I do know that I will be faster on my Garchomp here because of that. So here he knows he's under priority, he can't do anything, so I just bring in Garchomp. I go for the Dragon Claw, as it is, if he switches in the Altaria, he loses the Altaria instantly, which is fine by me. So here he brings in the Altaria, and now this is where my tech comes in, and it comes in well. He Mega Evolves as I reveal the Corkscrew Crush Iron Head, and I one-shot this Mega Altaria. Now that was the best thing I wanted. Like I said, I could have gone for Iron Head, but it would have done little damage. I would not have outsped it the next turn, and it just kind of sucks. Now he's down to his last mon, so here I'm kind of in a bad spot, because I'm like, crap, I got to do some damage to this thing. And here I kind of make a misplay, as I should have gone for Dragon Claw, and I should have sorry, I should have gone for Dragon Claw, as that would have been the best option here, because Dragon Claw would have probably left it above the 50%, and then the Iron Head next turn would have killed it. But it's just the way that it is. So here I just go for the Iron Head to do damage, hopefully get a flinch. It does 67, so I am going to bring his shields down, as he does get it. Now he is faster in everything, and he flips his attacks and defenses around, which does suck now that his shields are down. So here I'm like, okay, I don't know if he's going to have a physical type move, if he goes for acrobatics and this, but he reveals HPIs. Great tech on his part. Great tech for the Garchomp here. He knows I don't have a Yachi Berry. He knows I can't, he knows I can't survive it. It's +2. I doubt I would have survived it with the Yachi Berry anyways. So with that, I lose Garchomp. Now here, I'm kind of in a standstill. If I bring in Drapion, I chance he goes for the Earthquake, as I do have the Shuka Berry, and I can knock off Kill It from this range. Doesn't have the defenses to live a knockoff even without an item. I calculated about 50%, so I guarantee you I guarantee KO this thing. I can try and bring in Mega Alakazam and get a Reflect Up, but the problem is if he goes for something like Acrobatics, he probably KOs me. He KOs me instantly. I don't want to lose it to that, so my best bet is to go into Mantine. I calc this. I have a 35% chance of living this attack. It's a 35% chance, and it's actually the best option I have at this point, as I was actually saving Drapion for the end, so that way I could hopefully bait him into using that Earthquake into the Shuka Berry, and then try to get him killed, or at least maybe if I survive, get a Reflect Up, guaranteed live the next hit, and then kill it. So, kill it with Drapion on the next turn. So, here I go into Mantine. Now, I am at 76%. At 76%, like I said, it's a 35% chance to do this. I am not taking no chances. I'm going for Scold. Scold is guaranteed KO at this range. It does like 90%. when its defenses are flipped like this, so I'm guaranteed to KO it from here. So he goes for the acrobatics, and I live on 2%, and the Rocky helmet comes off. So luckily enough, that happens, and Mantine picks up the last KO as we take a 3-0 victory in the quarterfinals here. I'm sorry there was a lot of pausing there, but it was a lot of pausing in order to explain. I didn't want the match to go ahead from where it is, but basically we get a 3-0 victory, and Drapion and Mega Alakazam never hit the field, which is very good for us. So it could have ended very badly with the Minior. The Minior could have swept us there at the end. I do know that is a possibility, but after running some calcs, I do realize that he was not fully attack invested. There was no way he was, because if he was, it would have KO'd me, guaranteed. It would have done 80 some odd %, and at the range I was at, I would not have lived. I would have KO'd pretty much everything with acrobatics. But with that, we had to luck out, and we definitely did luck out. And so with that, we take another victory over the Brussel Bellsprouts. We are 3-0 against them this season, and we move on to the semifinals, where we will play for our conference title against Token and the Salazzin Salazzes. He was the first loss we took this season and made us 2-1 as of week 3. So we haven't battled him since week 3, but his team has not changed. My team has changed considerably, so we will have quite a battle ahead of us, as he has the core of Lando T and Feeny and Mega Scizor. So definitely a good core, and we definitely have to bring our A game, as if we win next week, we will be in the finals fighting for the Division 2 championship, which is exactly what I want. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please like, comment, subscribe as always, and I will hopefully see you next week when we take on the Salazzles, and we hopefully get our redemption back and we make our way to the finals. If not, it was a great run this season. Semi-finalist that makes me happy that I at least got to the playoffs again. So I will see you guys in our next video, and guys, have a great day. All right.